Welcome. In this video, I would like to show you how to convert your Ionic project into an app which you will be able to upload to the Google Play Store. What we need to be able to do it, of course, you need to install Ionic and Cordova globally on your computer, and then you will need to have Java working on your computer. So let's test cmd and just write Java minus version. With this method which I present to you, you don't need to have Java compiler. You will need to install Android Studio. You see, I have installed it. I started it before, but what is important, before you just follow my tutorial, just start Android Studio. And okay, it will be a little bit different than what you see here. When you start it for the first time, Android Studio will ask you to download tons of libraries, data, and so on. Just follow it and do it. Just to be sure that everything is okay, please click here first, start a new Android application. This is only in order to go into Android Studio. When you are there, just follow all instructions, also update, download, and so on. And then you can close this or delete this project. We will not use it. This is just only for testing. Everything is installed well in your Android Studio. So I will close it first. So now we will start with creating an Ionic application. You see, so this is my directory where I will install my application. So press Shift right mouse click and Shift right mouse click and choose Open PowerShell or CMD. I will just use it with CMD manually. So CMD here, and then just CD to the place where we have my. This is desktop / Ionic. Yes. Let's now create the application. So Ionic start. I will set the name to Android test, and then I will choose the blank application. Now, of course, it takes a while to install, so I will just break here and I will continue when we are ready with the installation. So we are ready. Here the system asks if you want to have upflow. If you have a paid account on Ionic server, then you can compile your applications using their system. So you should install it, but because we will install everything manually here, no, I don't want to install anything. So we are here, you see, let's change the directory to our directory. So this is our test. One thing, just take a look here about these files. You don't see any config.xml. This is a file which we will use later. So what you will do first, you will just write your application. You will just add your resources and so on and so on. What you should also do, you should also generate resources. It means before you start to upload your prepare your application for uploading to any store, you need to generate resources. It means just to generate your own icon and splash screen. Here you see this is the way how we can do it. So you need to prepare some images and put it into resources, icon PNG and splash PNG, and then you can just generate for a given system, but you can just use the first one. It will just generate everything. So this is the way how you should do. So now your application is ready. You would like to test it or with Android or later to upload to Google Store. Now we will create the infrastructure for Android. You should do it even if you only want to test your application on an Android device. So Ionic, Cordova, platform add. We just add the platform to our system, and you see here is Ionic Cordova. In fact, we just create Cordova application now. So press yes, and it will just do everything. You see here are the resources. If you created it before, it will be added to your Android applications. So let's wait a second. So we are ready. You can see here something strange. The package is Ionic Start and my app. In fact, you cannot change it before. Now we will change because, of course, our package must be a little bit different than the Ionic Starter package. So I will just close this or just minimize it. And now let's take a look at the configure at the directory. So you can see this is the config.xml. We will change a little bit this file to get what we really need. So minimize it, and I will open it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's open it here. So I need this config. And now let us change it a little bit and just see what we have there inside of this this part. Let me sorry, I would like to change it a little bit. No, I'm not able. It doesn't matter. So here you see this is the ID. So this is really important to change it because you need to use your own, for example, lu.nlc Tomasz. Sorry, and with dots, of course. Yes, this is say my or maybe game or whatever. We can just keep it like this. Now, what is important is the version. You see here we have the version of the application. Yes. You can also set the version for Android, but also we can just use this version. So we will keep like this. Then, of course, change your email. gmail.com, then to your page. I don't have such a page, but it doesn't matter. Then if you want to change the minimum version of Android, you can do it just here in this line. You can change it. Here you have some additional information. Here, as you can see, these are the resources which you should generate before. If you don't do it, we will use just the standard resources. So let's save it. Okay, and now your application is ready. Every time, think about it, every time when you create a new version and you want to create an upgrade, you need to change the version here. This is really important because Android Play Store will not accept such a file. So let's exit. We are here inside of our Android. Now we will prepare the whole application. So the platform is added, and it means just all the resources we need for Android are there, but we don't have the Android application. How we do it? Okay, let's see here in, sorry, I was wrong here, running. On Android, is it this? It takes a while to load. Now we should prepare the whole application, and we just call Ionic Cordova prepare. but I will also add a parameter minus prod, which means just prepare it for production. When you just take a look in your application, there is a www file. Sometimes you will see here, and this is the place where we store temporarily our files. If you want to be sure that you will all the time get the newest application, we can just delete this directory, and then we will start this one. If you don't have added the platform before, Ionic will, or Cordova in this case, will ask you to add. So now we will build and prepare our application. So I'll just stop the video here and I will return when the system is ready. So I am back. You see, because of this production parameter here, you see only JavaScript without of map. We don't need this file, so we need only JavaScript, and everything is now prepared. Let us take a look at our folder. Here in platforms, you have an Android file platform. In fact, this is an Android application which we need to compile and prepare. We can do it from the command line. If you just want to do it like this, you can go here on the left hand side. You see here Android Play Store Publishing. And then you have all these steps you need. But because you need to install Android Studio, in most of cases, then it's better just to do it in Android Studio. It's faster. So let's do it in Android Studio. You can also follow this. If you want to do it from the command line, you need to install Java Developer Kit to have the compiler. So, okay, let's minimize it. And now I will open my Android Studio. Think about it, it was prepared before. I started it at least once. And here we have some important steps to do, because at this moment Android Studio use Gradle 4.0.1, I think, but the Android application from Ionic is not compatible with this, or we can change it, but it's not compatible. So I will tell you how to manage it. So now we will open existing Android Studio project, because this one is existing Android Studio project. So open this one. Let's go to my desktop, to my Ionic directory. Yes, then we have my application Android test, and here in platforms, and you can see this Android icon here. This is Android Studio project. So open it. So let's wait a second, and then please follow really my instructions. Here we need to click OK, because we want to enable Gradle properties. Okay, I don't want to see this one, just close it. And now the system just try to synchronize everything and check if everything is okay. And you will see there is one problem, and then I will just show you how to solve this problem by one click, in fact. So well, wait a little bit. We'll wait. And here, this is the problem. You see, the Gradle plugin which Android Studio suggests to is 332, and the Gradle version is not 4.10.1. But we use the previous version. It worked everything well, and I think maybe in half a year, Ionic will just switch to the newest version of Gradle. Therefore, for this, just choose don't remind me again for this project. So in this project, we'll just use the older Gradle. The only disadvantage is, I will show you, you will be able only to create one type of output. So click here, don't remind me. And just wait a second and you will see everything works well. Okay, you see everything is, oh no, there is some indexing processes. So everything is okay. So what you can do, for example, when you are on your computer, you can, for example, start, just wait for the indexing. You can start this application in your in your emulator. Here you can create an emulator. You see I have here created. I will not start it because I am now in a virtual machine and there are some conflicts. On a normal computer, just click here, play, and install the virtual machine, and you can test it. We don't need it. We want only to create the application which we will upload to Android store. So we go to build. I will not do it, but maybe a good idea is all the time before you build, just click clean. We did this cleaning process before. So, and now we go here, generate signed bundle APK. You see here we have two possibilities. Here, this is a really new, it's maybe 1-2 months old. We can create this application in a form of a bundle. Android tells that it just takes less space and so on and so on. When we try to do it here next, you see this Gradle is, the version is not high enough, so we are not able to do it. So we'll just create a just typical APK application. So choose this one. It works on Google Store without problems. Now we need to sign this application. This is a very important thing because when you, for example, later we create a new version, you must just tell Google or show Google that you are the author of this application. So we don't have any key now, so we'll create a new key. Android Studio will help us. If you just create an update, you will just use the same key. So first we will create a new key. We create a key store, and inside of this key store we will create a key. So create new. So where we just put this key store, so choose the place. For example, I will put it on desktop. What is really important, yes, what is really, so put it on desktop. Oh, sorry, no, I will just create, sorry, I will create a new directory, for example, keys. Yes, so on my desktop, and then I just call it, for example, Android key. Yes, with this name. Okay, think about it. What is important? This is a file which cannot be lost. If you lost your program, you will be not able, so your key or password, you will be not able to update your application. So here you need to provide a password for the key store, and then here is a key. So just I would suggest to put the same password for the key and for the key store. So I use password, of course, don't use it. Password, then the alias. So alias is just a name of a key in a key store. They suggest key 1. I would, for example, call it Android or Android key or key for Android, whatever. But you need to memorize it and just provide password, your password here. Validity, okay, you can just change it to 100 years. Here's 100. Then you just provide your name and then information about, just try to fill everything. Okay, let's see this one, and then okay, the password, no, which one? I think this one. Change it. Password one more time. No, oh, what is here wrong? Now it should work. Sorry for this. Okay, and now you see I take from my key store, which is here, the key which is here. The password to the key store is this one, and password to the key is here. If you just check this, the system will remember all this data and you can use it next time. I will not do it just because I would like to show you something more. And now just click next. And then we choose, of course, we need the release version, and just please choose this one, V1 signature, and finish. Just wait a second, and the system will do everything for you. It takes some minutes. So we are ready, and you see here the system also just show you to locate the file. So let's click here, and we will go to our application, to app, and then you go to release, and then this is your application. You can take this application and upload it to the Google Store. I will not show you how to do it. Look into the description. There is my older video where I just show the whole process, how we can upload. So follow it. It's easy. You will need to create a Google developer account, pay, I don't know, $25 or euro, and for life, and you can use it. So what is also important, you will maybe want to change the version, just to make some updates. So when you want to create a new version, yes, you can do the following. Just change the version in the config file. Of course, you will change your, for example, here, and then just follow the instruction. Just create the application one more time, then go back, open it in Android Studio like this, and just do the same. Just build, generate APK, choose APK, next, and of course now you will need to use the same key. So if you just use another keys, then you need to choose it. If you use only one, the system just remember what is it. So you can just choose the existing. If you have multiple, and then you need to take the alias, of course, first. To be able to look inside of the key store, you need to get the password. So this is the only here key. You choose it. You choose the password or for the key, and click next and generate everything, and it works. So if you want to continue, you can just go to my YouTube channel and then follow the video, which you will find in the description of this video. Thank you very much, and to the next time.